Today, we're going to dive into a classic hero's journey, and this is a really powerful story, all about one guy's transformation from the absolute bottom, from total despair, to finding a real, genuine purpose. And it's all thanks to the new, chosen family he finds along the way. All right, let's get into it.
So this is where our hero, Ain, starts his story. Not with some grand call to adventure, but with this whisper of complete and utter hopelessness. This one thought? This is rock bottom. And it's from here that his whole journey is going to be built.
You know, every hero's journey kicks off in what they call an ordinary world. But for Alan, ordinary is just another word for miserable. Let's take a look at the world that basically ground his spirit into dust.
What you're seeing here is just how rigid Anne's world is. He was born into the low common class, which is the lowest possible rung on the social ladder. And his job, an appraiser, is seen as so worthless that people like him are literally called garbage collectors to their faces. So this isn't just a job, it's a brand that basically tells everyone he's worthless before he even opens his mouth.
And that social status, it plays out every single day of his life. I mean, imagine going to work knowing your own team is just going to tear you down. They mock him. They call his job useless. They basically treat him like a pack mule to carry their loot. And after a while, that constant humiliation just chips away at you until you start to believe it. He genuinely thinks he's worthless.
So Ain is at his absolute lowest. And that's exactly when his entire world doesn't just crack, it completely shatters. This is the catalyst, that brutal, violent push that throws him off his path and into the total unknown.
The betrayal is it's so cold and methodical. First, his so-called leader Zoid knowingly marches the team into a nest of super dangerous monsters. Then another teammate hits Ain with a spell that paralyzes him completely. And then comes the final, cruelest part. They offer him up as live bait, a human sacrifice, just so they can get away safely.
And this is what just twists the knife. They don't just leave him to die. They toss out this empty, meaningless apology as they're abandoning him to be torn to pieces. It just shows you how little humanity they have left.
So he's cornered, can't move, and a pack of monsters is closing in. He's got two options: get eaten alive or take his chances with the giant bottomless pit behind him. He chooses the abyss. And in that moment, as he's falling, he crosses a threshold, leaving his old, miserable life behind for good.
But here's the thing. That fall isn't the end. It's really the beginning. This is On's journey into the underworld, a place where he's going to be completely remade. This is his rebirth.
And his transformation is incredibly fast and intense. He's found near a sacred Yggdrasil tree and saved by a little spirit named Yuri. Her guardian, Ursula, gives him a powerful prosthetic, a spirit eye, and then puts him through some absolutely hellish training against S-rank monsters. And here's the kicker. His useless appraisal skill, supercharged by this new eye, becomes his greatest weapon. He learns to super appraise attacks and even absorb enemy skills, which all leads up to his first real victory against the dungeon boss.
I mean, just look at this stuff. This new eye gives him a whole suite of insane powers. He can predict attacks before they happen. He can literally steal the abilities of monsters he beats. He can cast magic just by thinking about it. And because Yuri lives in his eye, he has near instant healing. He went from a helpless nobody to a one-man army.
But this is the real heart of the story. The ultimate reward he gets from all these trials, it isn't just this crazy power. No, it's something way more important than that. A reason to actually use it.
These words are from Ursula, Yuri's guardian. And in this single moment, she's not just giving him a mission, she's giving him a family. He's not just some kid she trained anymore. He's now the person she trusts to protect her daughter, Yuri.
And that mission becomes crystal clear pretty fast. Ain finds out that Yuri is a spirit from the world tree, Yggdrasil, and she has 8 sisters who are all scattered and lost in different dungeons all over the world.
So here it is, laid out, nice and simple. His new quest isn't for money or for fame. It's an act of pure gratitude and love. He wants to repay Yuri for saving his life by bringing her family back together. And this is the purpose that's going to drive him from here on out.
So, with his new power and his new purpose, Ain finally makes his way back to the surface world. And like all heroes have to do, he comes face to face with a person who represents his entire dark past, his old party leader, Zoid.
Zoid, who's got some new dark power of his own, tries to drag Ain right back down into the muck. His whole argument is that getting strong doesn't change who you are deep down. He's basically saying you can put on a fancy new costume, but you're still the same worthless person underneath it all.
But Arn just isn't that person anymore, and his response right here, this defines his entire journey. He completely rejects Zoid's cynical view of the world. For Arn, power isn't about being better than other people. It's a tool to protect his new family, the people who gave him a reason to live in the first place.
And this slide really just sums it all up, doesn't it? I mean, look at the contrast. He went from being weak, alone, and letting other people's insults define him, to being powerful, determined, having a family, a real purpose, and the strength to forge his own path. That is the complete hero's arc.
So that kind of leaves us with one final thought to chew on. Ian got all this incredible power, but he wasn't really a hero until he found a selfless reason to use it. It makes you wonder, what's the true measure of a hero? Is it the strength they have, or is it the love that guides how they choose to use that strength?